George. I'm an employee of DFC. I've been here for 3 years. I've been asked to do an instruction video on how these Carton Erectors actually work. I'm going to show you how simple it is to actually set up these machines here. They're brilliant machines and they go forever. Now, our finished product is this one here. This is what it's going to look like when it comes out of the machine. So what I'm going to do, I've already done, is I've used this as a template. I've taped it up, and this is how the box is going to look like when it comes out of the machine. Now, the reason why I've done a template is because you've got to measure the sizes and then to set up your machine. Now, as you can see here, I've already pre-measured, and I've written on the box, on my template, on the size of this box. Now, the height, which I found was 525 mil. We measured the length, $485 mil, and the width of the box, which is 310 mil. Once you've worked that out, then we start setting up our machine. Now, I want to show you, if you can come around here, that this is your rigid point, and your conveyor will be outside of this machine. So it comes out of here onto your conveyor and straight down the line. Now, this is what moves up and down and keeps your carton together. So if we measure that, that's actually 530 mil. Now, height of the box was 525. I give it a little bit more, like 5 mil more, just for a little bit of clearance when it's going through the machine. We have a ruler. I've also marked it as box height. So what we do is, once we've measured our box, 525 mil height, we adjust our box height to suit. You can go up or you can go down, and remember, I'll give it that 5 mil extra, so I've set that at 530 mil. Now we go on to our next stage, our carton width. Our cartons, when you get it from your customer, they look like this. They're not erect. They go into this simple carton bed. You can adjust it for the width. Now I adjust it and I give it that 5 mil extra play. Now you'll notice that once you've adjusted that to your height, and we know that 530 mil is the height of our box, and it's going to be 530 mil from the height of there to there. And then your lower bed does not meet up with your top height. So what we do is we adjust our lower bed up and down. That moves up and down as well to meet. Okay, now, as you can see here, I'm touching the lip, and a little bit of movement there, which is great, but this one here is a little bit too tight. So what I'm going to do is undo these two and bring it up a little, make the adjustment here. Just so the box sits in and out, moves in and out quite easily, and sits up against this ridge here. We adjust it to the width of the box. Make our adjustment to the edge of the box, about 200 mil in, and tighten it there. Now, as you can see in the box, got our cutout. There's one on the top and one down the bottom. This is what erects the box like that. See cutouts there, there, there. Now what we need to do is we've got our separator here. That's what separates the box. So this actually has to go in between the groove. So what it does, it goes through the groove and gets held there. So when the machine pulls the box, it pulls it out like that and erects the box. So what I'll do is I'll lift it back up again and I'll move it and set it in between the groove and tighten it there. So that's set there, and now I can put all the boxes I need to go into the carton bed. Pulling our box onto our in-feed part of the system is that the length that you have is the longer part of the box here goes towards the front of the machine. And the shorter part goes towards the back. So always make sure you put your boxes in long facing forward. What you do is you release your backrest and it holds it into position. So this part's right. Now, once we've done our lower bed, we've done our box height, we need to do the width of our conveyor, which is this handle here. I've marked them all out, conveyor width. Once again, we have on the inside a ruler and a gauge to let us know the width. At 290, the width of the box 310 mil. So we need a little bit of squeeze so when I'm pulling out of the conveyor. So we adjust our width like so, and I've set that at 305 mil. I will close our door. We've come to the back side of the machine. There's another two adjustments that need to be done. Over here we've got our box width like we've measured before, and the box length on this one here. So we'll go back to our template. Box width is 310 mil. So if you can have a look inside here, I'll open the door. I'll make our adjustment. And right here, you'll be able to see that we need to go to 310 mil. And what that does is, when it pulls the box across, it centralises it to the whole machine. One more adjustment before we actually start the machine is our box length. Our box length is 485 mil. Now, on this side of the machine, you've got a ruler as well, which is our box length. Now, I've marked everything, and what we need to do is, I've known by my template that the box length is 485 mil, so we adjust this to 485 to 490. I'll give, like I said, give it that 5 mil extra. Which is around about there. Right, now, the power onto the machine. The machine right now is active. We hit enter. And we go into our standard screen. Now, once you've set up your machine, I'll normally go into test run mode. What this does is actually operates the machine in sections. so you can see whether your adjustments have been done correctly. If not, then you can go back and retrace and rectify the issue. Now, I reset the machine to make sure there's no faults. White light and yellow light is to say that I'm active. The white light is to say that I've got power. Now, what I'll do is I'll go into my one-step screen and I hit one step and it activates the machine, pulls the box across and waits for your instructions. Now, if I did not have that machine set up correctly, it would have just dropped the box. Now, I'll go into my next step by hitting next, and what that does, it actually folds the bottom part of the box, which I'll show you in a few minutes on exactly what it actually does with the box. Now, I'm quite happy with that. It's folded the bottom part of the box. Now, I'll go to my next step. It's done the side folds of the box, and I'll hit next step, and then next step again, and that's our finished product. Taped up, ready to go. Alright, so we want to do another box to make sure our adjustments have been done correctly. Now, we're into our one-step screen. The box has been erected. We need to fold the bottom part of the box. I'll go to my next step. Fold the door. Next step, fold again. And then next step, push it through. Now, once you've done your one-steps motions and you're happy with the way the box has been erected and taped, just hit the automatic start button and off she goes. What I get you to have a look at is just over here. We've got our suction cups. Now, for safety reasons, once I open the door, it'll actually drop the box. Now, what I want to tell you is that when you're adjusting your suction cups, the ones on the right hand side stay stationary, and the ones that you adjust is the ones on the left hand side. Now this, as you can see, this suction cup here is actually grabbing it towards the center of the box. What I want to do is I want to bring it about 100 mil in from the rear of the box. So I'll open the door. As you can see, it's dropped the box. I'll adjust my vacuum towards the back of the box, around about 100 mil in. And we'll lock it into position there. Now hit the reset button and start her up. Now I'm going to full auto.